Ich heiße nicht nur Stefan, sondern euch auch herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Interview bei wrestling-infos.de. Heute spreche ich mit jemandem, mit dem ich bereits vor etwa 2 Jahren das Vergnügen hatte, weswegen ich mich umso mehr darauf freue. Welcome to a new interview at Wrestling Infos. 2 years ago, I already had the honor of interviewing my guest today, so I'm looking forward to it even more. Steve Maclin, thank you very much for taking your time. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. There's a specific reason why we are talking to each other today. A week ago at TNA Unbreakable, you won the new TNA International Championship, making you the inaugural holder. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
But I prepared a small comparison for my first question. The first TNA World Champion was Kurt Angle. The first X Division Champion was AJ Styles. And now the first International Champion is Steve Maclin. How does it feel to stand in line with these legends?
That's surreal. To just even list that name, and those are people that I grew up idolizing, and I still watch today with AJ, and it again, it's surreal, and never in my mind I would have thought I'd be up with those names at some point in my career, but here we are, and your first ever TNA International Champion. It's a really cool, feel good moment, and I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what happens next, nobody can take that away from you.
No.
And this Sunday at TNA Rebellion, you have to defend your newly won international championship against Eric Young. Would you consider him as a big threat, or how confident are you that you will retain the title?
Eric Young and I have been kind of on this back and forth battle for a while now, and I've told him that as long as the Northern Armory is involved, we're no longer together. But if it's just he and I, which it's kind of been, and the Northern Armory hasn't been around, uh, we're cool. We're good. We're brothers. We're friends. But I think we both know what's on the line this Sunday at Rebellion, and that's the TNA International Championship. And even when I won it at Unbreakable, I knew right away that I can't let my guard down because I know I have 1 week until I have to defend this. And that's what I plan to do. And I'm planning to walk into Rebellion as the international champion, and I plan to walk out Rebellion as the international champion.
I mean, my next question would have been that Eric Young and you you seem like to be friend and foe at the same time. You already described your relationship with him. Um, so, is there any possibility that this will change after Sunday?
I don't think it'll change if we're both grown men. We both are competitors, and he's been doing this long enough, and so have I, where we know we're going into this, and it's all about the international championship. And at the end of the day, that's what puts food on the table. That's what makes us have our paychecks a little bit more heavier at the end of the day, and a couple more zeros. So it's we're working, and that's what we've always planned to do is become champion. Because if you're in a company and not to become champion, then what are you trying to do?
Hmm.
And I don't, as the first inaugural TNA International Champion, I don't plan to lose it in one night and carry this for 1 week. So going into it, I know he has a lot to offer, but I have a lot more to offer as well.
As a German, I have to ask this question. The name of the international championship suggests that the title will be defended worldwide. Can the German fans expect to see you in the squared circle here soon?
I hope so. That's up to independent promotions over there, but that's also on TNA management to get us over there to Germany, to everywhere in the UK, all over Europe, and all across the globe. That's I plan to make this an international championship, international championship, and just try to defend it anywhere I can, and also bringing in talent from all over the globe to TNA as well to get them on television, to get those names that aren't known very well, and to give them a shot. If they want a shot at this title, please step right up and cross that line.
But are there any specific plans to defend the title worldwide yet? So any fixed dates?
No, nothing yet as of now. I'm pretty much fixed with my dates here in the States and also with my dates with TNA, which trumps everything. But if something was to come up and an opportunity was to arise, I'm glad to take that opportunity. Just like winning the tournament at Unbreakable, that was an opportunity given to me by Santino, and I beat 5 other men to become TNA, the inaugural TNA International Champion. And like that, it's an opportunity. So if you want an opportunity for me to come over there or you to come here, please, by all means, cross that line.
I'd love to. Due to TNA's cooperation with WWE and NXT, an appearance in your old home would be possible. Is that an option for you, like Joe Henry did last week?
That's again up to TNA management and WWE management. If they want me to come over there, so be it. But if they want to come over to TNA, my home, which I call my home and I'm proud to call my home, they can do the same as well and cross that line. Is it something I would like to do to go over there and kind of rub a little salt in the wound for being the first ever TNA International Champion? Yes, that would be a very feel good moment to walk into that building as a former world champion, also as the first ever TNA International Champion. But that's not up to me.
Like you just said, when we spoke 2 years ago, you were the reigning TNA World Champion. Is that a goal you want to achieve again?
At some point in my career, but right now I'm focused on making this title mean the most and being the first ever TNA International Champion. I that is a weight I love carrying and a bit of pressure that feels great right now. Just because it's keeping the drive and hunger still inside of me, just as well as I know there's other talent on the roster that want to get a shot at this title now, or
Mm.
from anybody around the globe. So yeah, that's it's somewhere down the line, yes, but the focus right now is being the TNA International Champion, and I'm very proud to say that.
In 2024, you weren't a champion or even involved in the title race, but you were still incredibly present in the shows, and it seemed to me that you still took a big step forward in your career. Would you agree with me on that?
No, I've highlighted any opportunity to get out there in front of a fan base is an opportunity to get better and to get my name known and people to understand me a little bit more. And I was in the title picture. I tried hard as much as I can. Things could be different if with Joe Hendry being champion. If we didn't have that one in Atlanta where it was a four-way match between Josh Alexander, Mike Santana, myself, and Joe Hendry, and behind the ref's back, Josh Alexander kicked me low, and it took the opportunity, and that's when Joe Hendry got his shot at Genesis. So we could be telling a different story, and things
Mm.
happen for a reason. It's something that maybe I needed to be humbled a little bit at that time, trying to get to that drive, but it also led me to this opportunity to become the first ever TNA International Champion, which I'm glad it did.
So, what was important to you during this phase of your career after you lost the TNA World Championship to come back and be the inaugural international champion?
Just still having that hunger and that drive to chase gold. And if I've said it so many times in interviews where if you're not trying to be the world champion or just a champion in general in this business, then what are you doing? Whether it's being the world champion, the tag team champion, the X division champion, or now the international champion, you have to have goals. And it's just like in life. If you don't have goals, then what are you trying to do? What are you trying? You're just kind of sitting there and just kind of treading that line the whole time. Me, I love to keep climbing and keep challenging myself and finding those different challenges in life. And for me, it's a really good moment to be the international champion.
In 2025, there was a major change in the roster, and you seem like someone who is currently leading the way for TNA as a champion in particular. Do you see yourself in this role too?
I do as well. I try to put that on myself, whether fans see that or the management sees that. No matter what, anytime I go out there, I try to act as if I'm the guy in the company, just because that's the weight and the bear that I like to carry on myself and to push myself and motivate myself to get better. And whether you believe in me or you don't, that's okay. That's my job to then try to either get you on my side, or if you hate me, that's okay. You're still talking about me. But either way, it feels good to be one of the champions and the staples and one of the pillars here in TNA.
And following the mentioned role as a leader, is a stable possible for you, or do you see yourself as a lone fighter in future?
Right now, I see myself as a lone fighter. Obviously, with EY trying to join the Northern Army for so long, I'm just factions don't work for me. It didn't work for me in the past, from my previous company that I was with. So I've found pretty good success right now on my own, and I'm thriving at it, which I love. And it's been a challenge, but it's also been a lot of fun for me as well.
I mean, undoubtedly, this year has so far been really good for you. Do you have any other specific goals for 2025 or just being champion as long as possible?
Being your TNA International Champion as long as possible, and making this title mean the most that it is as an international champion. And challenging anybody from all over the globe, whether it's on home turf in TNA somewhere in the States or coming over to the UK on the independent scene, or even if TNA was to come over there at some point as well for a tour. That would be a dream of mine to be there as a representative of TNA and also as the TNA International Champion.
I'm running out of my question, and
It's okay.
finally, I would like to give you the opportunity to tell all viewers why they should not miss TNA Rebellion this Sunday.
Well, it's my first ever title defense with the TNA International Championship against Eric Young, someone who we are a brotherhood. We love each other, but at the same time, we know what's on the line. We have enough respect for each other to put all that aside and know that this TNA International Championship means a lot more than our own relationship as friends. But also, this card is stacked from top to bottom, just like every card usually is. But we've upped the ante even more, and we're out in LA. We're going to be there for TNA Rebellion. Then we're also there in Irvine, California, May 1st and 2nd for tapings for TNA Impact. And the ball just keeps rolling. It just keeps getting better. And the buzz is there. And it's just up to the fans. And they've been doing their part, just like we've been doing our part to steal the show every night.
Yeah, I can only agree with that. Ihr habt es also gehört, diesen Sonntag TNA Rebellion mit Steve Maclin gegen Eric Young und natürlich vielen weiteren tollen Matches. Wir werden euch natürlich bis dahin auch weiterhin mit News und Showberichten versorgen, selbstverständlich dann auch TNA Rebellion abdecken. Steve, thanks again for taking the time. Good luck for Sunday and I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.